What's up, everybody? Hey! Get this thing going, make sure it's rolling, and start the preaching. Uh-oh. Well, we already got 2 attending church. I'm just playing. I ain't gonna preach much. What's up, Gunner, Alan, Spitz, whoever that is. We'll let some people get on here, and then we'll Paradise. Oh.
I don't know what that was.
And then something happened, it glitched. I know I seen Paradise put another video out that I kind of feel like we didn't get in time. We were going to do a little collaboration with him, and he did door panels, and we didn't get there. We've been so busy. I don't know if Aaron responded to him or not.
Nope, waiting on you.
So, sorry, Paradise, but we will try to work something out with you. But if anybody hasn't checked out Paradise, go check his channel out and give him a like, share, and subscribe. So he does great stuff. Far better video work than I do. I love it. I'm jealous, but we can't all be videographers.
No, and don't have much time to learn how to improve on it either, because we literally leave and go right back to work. We're working up until, and then we work as soon as we're done, and we're always working. Hopefully to get some downtime in the next, I'd say 3 months, we should see some downtime.
Yes, yeah, soon. We should be able to get back to a normal routine, hopefully. I know this weekend we'll be real busy. Next weekend we'll be real busy. The weeks are obviously busy. We'll swing around here and let you guys see. We actually had 2 cars leave this week. One left yesterday and one left today. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 in process.
Plus the truck count.
The 5 in progress right now, plus the YouTube bill. So we have a lot going on, luckily, right now, and we pray that everything continues to go that way. I have finished up the floor like I said I was going to do. I got the pieces, and we'll walk around and look at it, and I'll show you guys. Somebody said that it was frozen, but alright, Gunner did, but he's up. So if nobody's subscribed to Go-Go's Garage, Paradise, Lake and Lodge,
Mr. Fireman,
Mr.
Brian's
Fireman,
Redline Garage.
Yeah, go subscribe to their channels. That way when I'm not putting videos out, y'all got something to do. Cause them guys are doing the same thing, and they're doing awesome. And that actually, thanks for the ones who have reached out to us about the jig plans.
Yeah, the first jig plans are flying through the mail at the moment. Don't know if anybody's gotten theirs yet, but they're out there heading to their new homes.
I actually had somebody, it wasn't about the jig plans, but somebody messaged me today, I'm not gonna say names, but messaged me, and they've been following me, and they've been building their car for like 4 years now, and they've been fighting with the front sheet metal, and I told them that the front sheet metal is horrible, and like I've said on here before, fix the ones you have. They're all horrible, but they're all workable. You might get one and put it on there, and there's something wrong and you can't get it to fit right. Generally it's up in the this area of the door, which I'm sure you can see from where we're at. Generally it's in here, and it's actually, I think it's more this side. Haven't really did many of them. I have done some, but if you're having issues, use the ones you got. Don't call up where you got it from, unless it's just completely horrible. Don't call them up and say you need another one, and they ship you another one and you ship that one back. It's not even worth the time. You might as well just go ahead and fix the one you got, because the next one you get might be worse. And this person had talked about that and said that they had went through that process of reaching out and buying some, and they were getting progressively worse. And he said I should have just stuck with the ones I had and fixed them like you said. And that brings me to kind of some preaching. A lot of failed relationships and marriages is because we all have a fault to each other, or two or three. I was actually thinking after I had said this, if there was any fault that I have with Aaron. I don't really know of a fault. I would try
I make him build multiple birdhouses for me.
I tried to think back to earlier in our relationships. We've been together 10 years, married 7, 8. So we've worked through those things. This is my best friend, and I say we get along good. She does do this little tooth sucking thing that she used to get on to. Used to say that she hated that somebody else that I know did it, and it drove her crazy. And now she does it, and it kind of gets me when she does the tooth sucking thing. But what I was getting at is, guys these days, or women, like to go out. They find something wrong with the person that they're with, and they decide that they want to go out. They either want to step out on their marriage, they either want to cheat, they either want to find another girlfriend, they want to divorce, or whatever. When they get with another girl that's all new, first month or so is going to be all lovey-dovey, then you're going to start finding faults. And chances are, when you start finding faults with that person, you're going to realize that the faults with that person are worse than the one you was with. So you should just stay there and work through it. Work together to get through those things and overcome them, instead of deciding to just keep having failed relationships. I sound like Dr. Phil.
Just don't jump ship because you got a little issue, though.
Yeah.
Communication, work through things, and that makes you stronger, because I know I put him through a lot of yup because I was a bad kid for a while.
So, but we're here, we're good, and having Jesus in your life helps tremendously. When you have Jesus in your life and you allow him to be the top of your foundation that you build your marriage on, then or your relationship on, things are going to go better, as long as you truly believe and allow him control of your life.
Isn't the triangle like one of the strongest shapes or something? Like that's why they did the pyramids or whatever. Anyway, I saw a drawing one time of a triangle, and it had a husband on this side and a wife on this side. And if one's going towards God but the other's not, you lose some of your strength. But if both are for God and each other, you've got the solidarity between those three. And I can't remember the scripture off the top of my head, but 3 chords are stronger than 2, and that's husband, wife, Jesus.
So, but we're done with the preaching. But what I was saying is the same as in a car. Don't give up your part, because you might end up with something that's worse. So we'll get over here to the car. That's enough preaching. I don't know. Mr. Fireman said, "What if your quarter panel cheats on you?" If it cheats on you, hopefully it cheats enough to fit right.
You are allowed to yank your quarter panel.
So I'm going through that now. Just got to work them until they fit. Yeah, that could go a bunch of ways. This could get real ugly, but all right. So let me grab my gloves and my safety glasses, and I'll go over what we have. So we ended up we moved just this plate on this side because this was in the right spot. I welded those, cleaned them, painted it. This side, I ended up moving the whole, I got the hiccups.
Oh no.
Ended up moving the whole plate to get it right and to get it in line and to get the correct measurement, because they're not always 100% right. I don't know, I think the hole is off and the person welding these on just lines it up with the hole, puts it in place, tries to get it square, welds it up, and they ship it on out. Who knows? We had the issue with this being way wide, and it's still kind of wide, but that's how I hammer it over, and I showed that. But I got the piece that I'm going to show you guys when I sub it, just how much difference. So this is how the floors used to come. They used to be really close to the hole, and then there was actually spot welds over here where the bracket is, and it welds to it. Well, for some reason now, every floor, it's not just AMD, even Dynacorn, so it makes me think that somebody's selling out somebody else's part. So one company develops it, and then they pay all the money for the tooling to get it developed, and then the next thing you know, they're like, well, I'm gonna sell it as another part to this company, and they get sold out, and we don't know because we're here in America and they're in Taiwan. So this is how they are now, and you can see how much difference there is, how much wider that is. So if you go and put this floor in your car, chances are if you bought it in the last 2 years, this is the one you have. And if you put this in your car, you're going to be fighting your wheelhouses on the right side terribly. Like it's going to be a pain. You probably can't get it to work. If you do, it's going to be severely curved inside the car. But this is bad. I mean, you can see I almost 2 fingers where not even 1 finger. So this one was that way, and I still haven't got it 100% over there where this one should be. But if you put this one on there, that's what it used to be. And there's plenty of space in between there. So it's causing your wheelhouse, when you put the wheelhouse in there, it ends up leaning real bad. The Camaro wheelhouse leans some automatically, but this will make it lean really bad. So you don't want this. If you have that issue, you need to cut it. You need to split it in those areas, and then hammer it over till it hits that flange, because I could actually spot weld it now, but you can see this one don't have no spot welds, as this one has spot welds, because this one was in the correct spot and spot welded here. This one wasn't, and this one's actually, this is a Dynacorn. Yeah, this is a Dynacorn floor, and this one is an AMD floor, because you can tell the difference in the color. This one's flat paint, Dynacorn, AMD semi-gloss.
They're starting to change that too, so at some point we might not be able to tell.
Yeah, they might be doing that because they hear me talking about them. All right, so you set these over here, and we'll rotate it around and look at the bottom. So I finished out, I welded across, and when we left off last week, I had plug welded here, and then said that I was going to use the Pro Spot and weld down through there and then plug weld the ends. So I plug welded the ends, Pro Spot all these all the way up, both sides. Pulled that side, I clamped this side down with the big clamp like I did this one, pulled it nice and tight in here. You're not going to get every single spot. It's just not going to happen. Even if you had all these parts separated and you try to do it at the house and you put them all flat, you'll probably end up fighting a battle. So got all that done. Cleaned up the bottom side here where it burned through when I welded that plate on. Sometimes I like to, and I might do it on this one because this car is going to be mini tubbed. But usually I stitch this torque box plate, and I usually put a couple stitches around it just to strengthen it, because this is where all the power is pushing against. This is where your power is going to be pushing into your spring pocket here, or if you do the DSC pockets, is pushing all in this area. They've held up for years. There's people run them down the track with big motors and they held, but I usually stitch it anyways. So that's where we're at on this. Somebody had asked me about the measurement on the back, and I don't have the 67 floor up here, or 68 floor, so I can't really tell them what the measurement is, but they were wondering what the measurement was from the center line. I could probably figure it out after I take the floor off with a frame rail and this jig piece that I made here. And I think they had told me some measurements, but I can't remember. So I'm gonna start doing the mini tub on it, and I'm gonna get my template and lay it up here. Now you can, I don't really know which one I want to use because I don't know which one to trust. I might lay this one up there and I better measure this one, because you can, this thing is 2 3/4. It's been so long since I measured it, because I have these, I saved them from a floor that I did, actually 2 floors. But the way, if you get my mini tub kit, which you can get it through Aaron, I haven't made a video on installing it, but it will have these 2 plates, and it will have the plates for the back seat, and you'll have if I can get it up, you'll have the little pieces for marking your frame rails, and they'll be marked for
7, 8, or 9.
which side it is.
Yeah, let's.
And if you get a 8 and 9 car, you'll get these 2 plates, and if you get a 7 plate, you'll get 7 car, you'll get 2 of these, and they work the same. It's just this one's on that side and that one. So and I will go ahead and pre-bend them, put the curve in it. The curve's not going to be 100%, but it is, I curve it that way you don't have to fight with curving it, and it'll be the correct
Angle and starting point. So when you stick it in there, it might be a little bit off, and you'll have to just clamp it and hammer it over there and work it in, but it'll be nice and smooth. And so
whenever you're gonna put it in there, it's 2 3/4 is where you would cut. So you would just measure over 2 3/4, and then so on up through it, all the way around 2 3/4. And then I have a piece of, somewhere, if I haven't lost it, I have a piece of sheet metal that is, it's smooth. This one is, it was laser cut, so it's correct. But if you use one that is, try to use the factory edge, if you saw an edge. So you'll just put it on there at your marks and line them up, and you just scribe them up through there all the way around at 2 3/4. I'm gonna lay this up here and see what it comes out at, and it's pretty close. That one, that's the messed up floor one, and that one there's pretty close too. Now, usually when I scribe it, I try to not go exactly where I need to be, because when you cut the bottom of the rail and you cut it out, you'll be able to tell when you put your plate on there, if it's straight up and down. So I usually leave about 1/8 of an inch here out. That way I can try and stick my plate under it and let my floor lay on top of my plate, and then I can weld the edge of it. So I just put this on there. This one's pretty close to it. I probably should clamp it, but I'm a rebel, so.
Guys at home, clamp it. Or do it like Juby does.
If you go too far, it's not gonna be the end of the world. As long as you don't go super far. But once you cut it and you look down the profile of it, or you look down from the back, the angle, once you get it cut, you will be able to tell if it's in the right spot or not. Because you want it to be straight up and down. So I'm gonna get the hot rod and I'll cut this. This hot rod is over here. Uh-oh. Hot rod is not there. I'm on a mission to find hot rod.
Hot rod is MIA.
Travis had been using it.
Oh boy. Oh P-dubs. For anybody out there that wants jig plans and hasn't ordered them yet, you can email me at aaron@theinstallationcenter.com. They're running $150. We accept Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal at the moment.
I do not know where hot rod is.
Shipping to the 48 states for the $150. If I have to ship outside of that, the shipping will change based on where you're located. So we're
making sure I didn't.
in search of hot rods still.
I was making sure I didn't overlook it. But I'm gonna go look in the back shop. If I use mine, it's gonna take a minute. Hot rod will get it done.
This is the convertible. It will be done this week. I'll be on the horn with the customer tomorrow. to notify him that we're finishing up. We're in a season of convertibles right now. Got this Camaro. Floor build. That Camaro's done, or Chevelle's done. Camaro. Over there, the floor's the Cuda convertible?
That one is.
Yeah.
Alright, I found it. I got it here.
So this will be another convertible. Really wasn't a lot left of this guy. As you can see.
Put some earbuds in.
Yeah, because Hot Rod is mouthy.
Hot Rod's not really mouthy, but it's trying to make sure. Like,
It makes me think of when you have extensions in, that's how you have to scratch your head.
I was tapping it because it has 3 modes, and one's aware, so you can hear what's going on around you. One's music, and one's quiet. So I put it in aware mode because it still kind of filters. So I'm just gonna trim this out. It's gonna be slinging that way. Hot Rod looked like might need some work. Start going at you. Once I get it cut, I had to drill out the spot welds or grind them.
Everybody needs a hot rod.
Yeah, that one of the TV shows. You could just chisel it. I guess it's too late if somebody calls and says they want to buy it. It's tubbed.
It's tubbed now.
Alright. So, yeah, two. Make sure I had them all. So. Now you know why we have this thing, a rotisserie to build floors on. Makes it a whole lot easier. Plus it puts it right in line, so when you're drilling up here, this thing will swing around and pop you.
Yeah.
My little bit has a flat spot on it, so I have to put the flat spot in between. I figure them were gonna work. You can see it. And sometimes it decides it wants to jump out. I don't know what's up. Having problems. I think I'm in hammer drill mode. No wonder. No, I'm in drill.
Gear it down.
It's in. Gear it down. My dad say that?
No, I didn't.
Alright.
Gunnar did say that watching this is kind of sad for him because he spent weeks repairing that area because the shock towers were rusted out.
This area. Try to get under it. There's a big bracket. That one didn't come off like them. I didn't care. So you can actually see I cut on the inside of my line for a majority of it. So now I'm gonna trim this, cut this off. I just don't like trying to cut through both of them with hot rod because this piece right here and the different angle will cause that thing to blow up in your face. I do not get in line with it. I feel like something biting the back of my leg. Feel like.
He's got cooties.
I don't know what it is. even thicker up. Like it cut through that thing like
butter.
I don't know what it is. I feel like something biting me. So I usually cut that and then I take a big hammer, this one, and I hammer this back into there. That way it's out of my way when I put my plate on here.
What is that you're, there's
This is
3 pieces of metal, so you're talking about this area?
Yes, if you... Now, when I get it back and I get my plate up here, I'll end up stitching this stuff back together. But until I get it all trimmed how I want, it's just gonna stay there. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this lip off so I can put my template up here and try it. I'm gonna get my I have like tons of patterns, E-body tub kits. I was actually supposed to make a rear frame rail template, and I didn't. Aaron told me to send out to somebody. I have to do that tomorrow. I don't see my. Oh, there they are. So I have these, and I have them marked 2 and 2 and 1 and 1, but on this one it's the 2. So I just use this one because it's my original when I first started, and I made it flexible so I can put it up here. So what you want to do is find your scribe. Scott Singleton bought me this scribe. This is not my original scribe. The original scribe that I've preached about is at home on the wall. I don't want to lose it.
Never to be lost again.
So Scott Singleton bought me this and sent it to me, and I will get you guys I'll get you the number now. I think Amazon has it. So I saved it, but it's a Midwest scratch all
marker.
All, and it goes in a Midwest snips. I don't know what Aaron's got going on.
I'm picturing it and you keep moving it. Okay, MWA1.
So, and it's from Scott on the back. So, I saved it. So, get your scribe, and I just stick this up here, and I get it lined up the best that I can. You don't have to go all up here and worry about it getting in that corner. Just get this kind of where it's capping everything. It's actually bigger than what you're doing. That way you can tack it in places and then grind it down to the height you need. So I stick it on there, I get it lined up to where it's just covering, like right here it's covering the front, but it's not covering right here. it's covering the front here, but it's not covering there. So I just slide it forward until all of it's covered and it's touching. And then I come in right here and I scribe a line. That right there is gonna give me my frame rail mark. Dynacorn and all them, I don't know what they do. It's hard to figure out. So let me take this stuff off and we can rotate it. Ton of stuff up here. And Dynacorn, DSC, their mini tub kit has like 10 or 15 plates. I'm like, why do you need all that? You don't.
Too much.
It's too much going on. This is clean and simple, and it looks better to me. Not trying to sell it. So now that we have, so now you have your mark for the template. So you lay the template on there and line it up with the end of it. And this is going to get you in the ballpark. This is going to put you in the right area back here. But up here, there'll be a little bit of room for a, so you don't really have to worry as long as you're not too far back. When you lay it on there, I just try to line it up with the back edge of it, and then you can tell right there that's where the bend is and it starts straightening. I lay it up there and then I just scribe it, and then that's what I'm gonna cut. So right here where the corner of my bend is and my radius, I just take the straight edge and I lay it on there and I put it to my corner there and I cut and I do it. So that's going to give me my radius and it'll flow with your wheelhouse. So that's just going to give me the radius there, and we'll see. So, and then up here you can cut it off. Where that mark is, like I say, there's going to be extra here. When you put your plate up here, you're going to end up bending this out and you'll trim it right in between it. Probably should have pulled the sticker off. I'll get hot rod, cut that. Probably should replace hot rod's hot. I think this thing is going to have to get some servicing. It's shifting in there. I don't know what's up.
Aren't you the servicer?
Yeah. I didn't know it was that way because whenever somebody messes something up, they don't ever come.
They don't tell you?
So. But when I hit it the first time, I could tell it throwed out. You can.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Boys, boys, boys. It's not their tool. They don't have to pay for it.
I probably shouldn't use it. It's pretty.
Oh.
It's pretty bad. So, cut this straight down first. if it shifts on me and it pinches my blade, it's liable to throw it in my face. Don't ask me how I know that. I've seen somebody do it. They're probably watching the show right now. And that's what you'll get out.
Does that smell like you?
Huh?
Does that smell sweet?
Yeah. It's the
Hot rod?
So we got that. I'll get one of my I think the last time I did this on the show, I bent it the wrong way.
Excuse me, guys.
This is all like tub kits and for different cars. I made my own for every car that comes here. I don't use none that they
Juby makes his own. He doesn't use other people's templates.
I don't use other people's tub kits.
Very true.
I have quite a few DSC mini tub kits up there that people brought, and I'm like,
We don't use those.
I throw them up there, and I use mine. Where's my?
Got about 10 minutes left to these.
So we'll go ahead and bend this one. If I can get my brain to